Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise today to speak about country towns and the services that are required in order to sustain those towns and the people that live within them. Recently, Mr Deputy Speaker, ANZ announced that they would close the Maitland branch, which is, of course, the last remaining bank branch in the town of Maitland. Maitland itself is a wonderful town about 170 kilometres northwest of Adelaide, with a recorded population of over 1,000 people at the 2016 census, and is the central-most town on the peninsula, servicing one of, if not the most richest farming areas in the state. Reliable rainfall and fertile soil has seen land prices rise by some 20% in the last 5 years, bringing land sale prices to over $12,000 per arable hectare. As well as that, Mr Deputy Speaker, the latest data from rural financial services provider Rabobank records the YP as the fastest regional growth area in Australia between 2013 and 2017. So it's clear from that, Mr Deputy Speaker, that Maitland is an important regional centre in an affluent, growing region, yet somehow it has, over the years, gone from multiple bank branches to none. In this short speech, Mr Deputy Speaker, I don't intend to reflect on the wonderful local employees that ANZ have had on the books on the YP. They do an exceptional job, they have done an exceptional job, they will do an exceptional job, and I'd like to thank them all personally now for the contribution they have made to the community. Special thanks also should go to Amanda Schultz, the Regional Manager, for keeping me apprised of the goings-on throughout this process. I would, however, Mr Deputy Speaker, like to bemoan the fact that ANZ and other banking institutions have been removing branches from our wonderful regional towns. The Maitland community itself is very upset, understandably upset, Mr Deputy Speaker, at this latest development. There will be impact for business in Maitland, which includes a busy hospital, a major Toyota dealership, ag machinery and marine support businesses, a large nursing home, 2 pubs, an IGA, a hardware store, a newsagent, post office, the principal YP council office, 2 growing schools, vital sporting facilities, op shops, a museum, a bakery, a cafe, police station, gym, hairdresser, etc., etc. Mr Deputy Speaker, it is a busy town with plenty going on. Thankfully, though, the Maitland Post Office remains open and does offer agency services for people that are banked with Bank SA, Commonwealth Bank, Westpac and NAB. Mr Speaker, 30% of this state's population live outside metropolitan Adelaide and are just as deserving of equal services and support to those who do live in the city. I am pleased that on this side of the House we are part of a government committed to increasing regional populations, because regions do matter on this side of the chamber. We must keep our regional towns alive so that they can support our important primary industries and agribusiness sector, which just 2 weeks ago in this state was reported to have reached a record level, generating $15.2 billion in revenue in 2018-19, an increase of 2% on the previous year despite challenging conditions. Support for small business, ag technology, on-farm innovation, more processing in our regions, tourism initiatives are all important to boost jobs growth in our regions in order for our towns to survive and grow. A third of people in SA currently live in country areas, and we cannot afford for all people to flood to the city to use their services. As I said, Mr Deputy Speaker, the Maitland community is most upset with the decision that on 12 August this year ANZ will close the last bank branch in the town, and today I voice their concerns in this place on their behalf. And whilst we are all aware of the changing times associated with technology, but institutions have a responsibility, in my view, to provide a service to those who need it. And 11% of people in Maitland did require face-to-face banking services. I'm pleased that ANZ have agreed to leave their ATM in place following the branch closure and have worked with the employees of the Maitland branch to find alternative employment. ANZ made the decision to close the Maitland branch because the figures to keep it open just didn't stack up. That's despite, Mr Deputy Speaker, announcing last October a statutory profit after tax for the full year ended 30 September of $5.95 billion and a cash profit of $6.47 billion. Such decisions make living in our regions less attractive, and in response, we, as a government, as we have been doing, must continue to incentivise against further decline in population numbers in rural towns. And I look forward to continuing to work with the Maitland community to make sure they have the services required in their town.
The question before the House is that the House note grievances. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. That's carried. Mr Clark.
Government business bills and motions.